So the talent program forms a part of the HUBiquitous project, and the talent program specifically is aimed at providing training to beginners and experts in the field of IoT, and basically it's to help them identify problems in their neighborhood and to develop solutions to solve those problems using IoT.
So the ultrasonic sensor will be placed on the lid of the water tank, and as the water level rises, the ultrasonic will be measuring the distance. So the more the water gets close to the lid, the ultrasonic sensor will measure it and then know whether it is full. So
we receive numbers which are like 3.7, 3.8. Those are decimals. Those ones, the data type is right float.
So we organize a 3-day boot camp where we are teaching participants IoT so that they can come up with IoT solutions by Africans for Africans and to solve African problems.
The boot camp served as the opener for the talent program, and was basically to expose the participants to the potential of IoT and how to go through the design thinking process in order to identify problems and to properly, systematically identify a solution to solve those specific problems.
With design thinking, I had some little knowledge because I've read little about it. I've been to some few sessions, so I have some knowledge about design thinking where it's more or less like the engineer's guideline for before you put up something. You need to understand your user or your customer, or let's say your consumer, so you get to know their pain points and understand them fully before you design something to fit and solve their specific problem.
I've been introduced to a whole new thing, because before I used to approach my challenges or my solutions to problems I face differently, maybe using other means like the scientific method. But now I have come to understand how to follow through processes to first off gather data, which is through empathy and other means, understand the environment, and then the solution I can proffer to fix the challenge within that particular environment.
To be sincere, I had no knowledge about design thinking. Now I have been enlightened on the various techniques used in design thinking.
But I've learned from the one session about design thinking is that you also have to be in the shoes of the users, know the needs of the users, how they feel, what they go through, the pain they go through and all that, in order to develop a solution that will meet all their needs.
Hey, are you guys getting values? I am not getting values. For day 2, we look through the WASI gate and how to use the WASI gate to send data to the cloud, right? And after that, we continued with our examples, which is using the DHT sensor. I still went on to give them case studies for them to think about, right? So for day 3, we went through the case studies, 4 different case studies, and I shared them to each group for them to kind of like think of the solutions and come up with components they are going to use and push it to the cloud.
We are working on a case study that looks at reducing the amount of electricity that is consumed, or reducing electricity wastage in a classroom where students often go in to study, forgetting to turn off the lights and the AC.
Yes, we are solving a problem that is the low flow of water in Ghana. So we are trying to build a solution where we can reserve water in our poly tanks.
Okay, so with our solution, we are going to make a device that will be able to curb the overflow of the water and also reduce the bills that the users have to pay every time.
So this is the ultrasonic sensor. Now it's giving readings, as you can see, 72.95 centimeters based on the distance from the tank. And when you go to the browser, you can also see the readings here as well. So if I refresh, I'm going to get similar readings on the ultrasonic motion sensor. This shows the distance between the water levels, and this is a graph. So users get this graph in real time to check the water levels based on the water flow from the main source. So anytime it gets to it fills up the poly tank. They're able to get a notification on their phone or maybe a web application to know when the water should stop and when they should go for the water to prevent any loss of water.
It was nice to see that they were ready to learn and they were easy to cooperate with. Most of the participants even took it to another level by going on stage to present their solutions.
So I would say participation was very good. I, in particular, was very impressed with the way the participants asked questions and their level of eagerness. So you could see they are very eager to get up and running with the talent program and to start working on the solutions and the ideas that they have identified.
The idea was to make them very conversant with the sensors and the WASI-Dev technologies, right? So for the way forward, now we would actually be teaching them specifically to the projects they want to build.
In my field of career, that's the robotics and electronics engineering, I'll use it to develop more solutions, IoT solutions that are going to solve problems. And even using the WASI app platform is very easy, so it's to increase the rate at which I work and to make it more faster and easier to work, and also develop solutions that are going to meet the needs of individuals in the society.
Looking into solving a problem in agriculture, so that will help me build a solution where it will include IoT, so it will help farmers and also the consumers not to be reduce stress and also increase productivity.
I've always been dealing with software, and as a data hobbyist and a student of programming, all I do is have access to the software and the interfaces. So I applied just so I can have this hands-on feel of the hardware and how to interact with it from the software to the hardware. If there's the opportunity, maybe every single day I would send a text to the sponsors thanking them for this bootcamp, because it's been really exciting, not just insightful, impactful, but then it's been really exciting.
Before coming for this talent program, I had minimal knowledge on IoT, but studying here with you guys, I have been able to learn how to use the WASI technologies.
To all the organizers, I want to say thank you for giving us the opportunity to learn and also apply the skills and talents we have to solve problems we face day to day in our society. Thank you very much.
I would like to thank all the organizers, especially FOUNDRY CAMP and the team, for organizing this bootcamp. It has been a wonderful one because we've got to learn a whole different we've learned a lot, we've interacted with one another, and even going through the case studies, we also learned how to brainstorm to develop new ideas, understanding your users and others. So it has been a wonderful bootcamp, and I would really like to thank all the organizers.